Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another episode of Boxing Rampage, episode 33. I'm your host, JC, accompanied by
Marco.
Happy 4th of July to everyone. Obviously, we're here with family. This episode is brought to you by Ron Barcelo. Gran Añejo. This will do a number on you. Drinking some of this with some juice. Family, cheers.
No, cheers, man. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July to everyone as well. Hopefully everyone is with their family, enjoying themselves on this nice day. So we're going to get right to it. We're going to talk boxing. Today's episode, we're going to discuss the Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn controversy, undercard fight with Ancajas, and obviously the other fights predictions. We'll talk about the Sullivan Barrera versus Joe Smith Jr., all that to come. So let's just go right into it. Obviously, the Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao fight in Brisbane, Australia. Any thoughts?
For me, it was a great fight. It was like, if you ever seen Roosters fights, Cox fights, that's how it looked. The real high-speed, technical fight. Horn came to fight, came to put it out there, and it was an awesome fight. The only thing that I feel that the referee did a horrible job, and the judges, I guess they were biased to the hometown advantage, I guess. But it was an awesome fight. You know, the controversy took away a lot of the fight, but it was amazing. I mean, ESPN did great numbers. Overall, it was an awesome fight.
Yeah, no, I agree. What are they saying? The world of media, celebrities, you know, even bad press is good press.
Yeah.
I think it was a good thing because you think of it, as far as the stadium, it was 50,000 plus. I don't know if it was sold out or not, but clearly, if you saw the telecast, you can see that that stadium was packed. I think it was the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and that was packed. Obviously, the numbers it did, from what I'm being told, it peaked at one point up to anywhere from 4.0 rating to 5.0. The fight itself, I thought that Pacquiao won the fight. The way I had the fight is 8-4 Pacquiao. If I was to be as unbiased as possible, I'd probably give Horn 5 rounds, 7-5. Still Pacquiao, but I don't think he won it. Look, I started analyzing and I thought, why would Pacquiao take this fight? And the only thing I can see, if you guys do your research, I think right after the last fight Pacquiao had before this was Jesse Vargas. The Jesse Vargas fight with Pacquiao did around 300,000 pay-per-views. Last time Pacquiao did numbers that low was probably when he fought when he fought Eric Morales the first time, or probably when he fought his name escapes me. The other trilogy he had with Marquez the first time. So I think this was more of a move just to get the fans, because I mean, obviously Jeff Horn had a following with him. It's clear to see, even if we didn't know who he was in Australia, he was the #1 guy. The telecast on ESPN, free TV, it pretty much did great numbers. So I think it was a matter of keeping Pacquiao relevant as a fighter as far as the numbers he did. Because I mean, even to a guy like Bob Arum, when it comes to promotion, you have to make sure your fight is relevant. Because if you want to get a mega fight and you're trying to get paid what you feel you deserve, you got to make sure your fighter puts up big numbers. And I think that the Jesse Vargas fight put Top Rank and Pacquiao in a bad place with 300,000 views for that pay-per-view. This one obviously exceeded the numbers, sold out the stadium. So as far as that, I can see why they did it. I thought that the judge did a terrible job. I felt that Jeff Horn was pushing Pacquiao down. He was elbowing him, headbutting. I don't recall any low blows, but for sure headbutting and holding of all sorts. So. So that's pretty much how I see it. I thought Pacquiao won the fight 8-4. If I was to give Horn an extra round, I'd probably say 7-5. And that leads me into the next thing I want to ask. Next segment. Do you guys, fans, think that Manny Pacquiao should retire? What do you think?
I think he shouldn't go out with the loss, because for me, I think he won the fight. I think, as you had it, I'd have had it 8-4 for Pacquiao as well. The thing is that a lot of people, like I keep hearing, and there's little people who think Jeff Horn won, as I've heard. This is like they're the minimum. boxing fan, maybe a 5% believe that. But the thing is that, like you said, the guy was headbutting, which I was surprised the ref didn't deduct a point for the headbutting, the pushing, and the holding. And also, if you take the advantage of the champion, and not only a champion, a legend like Pacquiao, you're taking all the advantage of the A side. That's the only way you're probably gonna see Jeff Horn probably having a draw, but even giving him like the edge by 1 point, I think you're already being biased. I think I don't know, that one referee that gave had it 9-3 for Horn. I don't know what he sniffed before the fight, but it is ridiculous. I think that he should get the rematch, which is already on the contract, and maybe do it in the Philippines, because he can't fight in Australia. You're gonna get robbed again, maybe most likely. So use the A side advantage and take the fight to the Philippines. And
so, are you suggesting after this rematch?
Yeah, because he did look slower. We all know that 3 years the Pacquiao from 3 years ago would have destroyed Horn. He looked older. I mean, even and I'm not saying even for the Jesse Vargas fight, I thought Pacquiao looked slower and looked older. Didn't have legs. Also, then again, he's coming. When you're older, you want to be more active. He's coming from long layoff. Same after the Mayweather, he fought Jesse Vargas, long layoff. For Jesse Vargas, now for Horn from a long layoff. But yeah, I think he should get the rematch, win, and they're gonna juice this up and probably do a trilogy. And then retire. I think he's older now. He can't compete with the young kids anymore. Obviously, I still think he won the fight.
So you think after this fight, you think he should?
Yeah, after the rematch, I think he should consider retiring, unless because the whole idea of having him fight like guys at the level of Horn throughout the world was a good idea. He's not fighting guys, but then when you're getting a guy that's mulling you down and using all these tactics, these fouls to headbutt you, etc., and still get basically, listen, the ref told the guy, listen, I'm gonna stop the fight. He begged for a chance, and they gave him a chance, and then after he heard the scorecards, I mean, I was not surprised. He wasn't surprised. I think he took the win better than Bradley. Bradley did. Bradley.
So just guys, make sure if comment below, just let us know if you think Pacquiao should retire or not, or when he should retire. Should he even do the rematch? Should he just retire immediately, or does he still have more in him? Make sure you guys comment below and let us know. From what I saw, Bradley, what was Bradley smoking? Like, what was like, dude, he gave a better performance against that, and his fight was controversial.
But that's the thing, the way that he got to be biased in that sense, saying because his fight was somewhat close,
but not stylistically, not even similar.
Yeah, exactly. But it was somewhat close, so he had to put it like that in that perspective to say, hey, it is a close fight, because he still, till this day, he said that he won that first fight. There's some biased people that will agree with him, but like I said, when you're fighting a champion, and not just only a champion, you get the treatment. The legendary champion should get the benefit of the doubt in the close rounds, like the first round, which was gone either way. Some people gave it to Horn, some people gave it to Pacquiao.
I think that's one of the reasons that I go back to, because I mean, obviously Pacquiao's been in this sport for a long time. I'm certain even him knows enough about contract negotiations. I mean, if you're gonna negotiate something, make sure you have a leg up in the whole thing. I honestly think it was done really to boost up his numbers. Because I mean, at his age, they're trying to keep. Bob Arum's trying to keep his cash cow relevant. That's it. He's basically trying to get a couple of fights out of him. But from what I saw here, I mean, even though it still worked because it had the viewership, but I felt that he got robbed.
Yeah, but for me, I think Bob Arum set him up, because every time Pacquiao is talking about retirement, and remember, Pacquiao didn't even want to fight against Jeff Horn because nobody knew who was Jeff Horn. He wanted to fight Amir Khan. He got that contract that was supposed to be with from Dubai, and they never came up with the money. So he had to eat his words and still fight Jeff Horn. He didn't want that fight. Barbarian forced him basically, and it could be a setup. He could be been really set up for a trilogy, because that's the only way. If Pacquiao,
he does have the fans, Jeff.
yeah,
That's
exactly. If Pacquiao would have gotten the decision, he would have moved on. You know, he would have fought somebody else in probably in either UK or in his hometown. Who knows? So I think that Barbarian saw, you know, the numbers. They saw 50,000 people on the arena. And that's when the odds were what, like 8-1, something like that.
Yeah, they weren't even for sure. So.
Yeah, they were. Pacquiao was supposed to like
Blow
him out on a rematch, on a close fight, on an exciting fight.
It'll be closer now.
Yeah, on a rematch, people are gonna buy more into it. Oh, it was good. The first one was good. You know.
People have short memories.
Exactly. So they're gonna go in the rematch, and if it did 50,000 on the same arena, they'll probably sell it up. You know, whatever it takes, 70,000 people.
And the viewership will be a lot more.
Exactly. So this is all promotional tactics. L on Manny Pacquiao is not gonna affect him going to the Hall of Fame. It's not gonna affect anything. You know, it's the same thing with Bradley. Nobody wanted to see the third fight because there was no point of it, because everybody knew that he won the first one, and he destroyed him in the second one, and there was no point of a third fight. And it's gonna same exact same thing here. If he fight Horn again and he beats him, nobody want to see a third fight. Why? Because we know Pacquiao won the first one, and if he wins the second one, why get a third fight for it? You know, it makes no sense. But they're gonna sell it to us. They're gonna sell it to us, and we the fickle boxing fans are gonna buy into it. And hey, I mean, at least it's free. It's
Justice for Pacquiao.
Yeah, at least it's free. It's on ESPN. You know, I think like you said, it's good for boxing. The rating was good. 1.4 from 3.1 million. It started and then it peaked at 4.4 million. So.
The viewership, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. For ESPN, from what I
Yeah,
heard, it was the highest
boxing event in years.
Well, this on cable TV. Yeah, as far as cable TV, the highest viewership in like a decade. So, shout out to the undercard Jerwin Ancajas, which is from the Philippines. He fought Teru Kinoshita. I thought that fight was really good. I thought that Jerwin Ancajas had a slow start, but I mean, there's a lot to be seen from this young fighter. Hopefully, we get to see more of him. But I like the way he fought. Shout out to that undercard.